Into the show. All right. So, if you've been living under a rock, and I'll say this many times today, where were you? I am on the Everything Money Live channel as well as this Everything Money channel. So, come on over, subscribe to that channel. Let's get this thing going. Let's really get this thing going today. Okay, so markets are getting crushed today. Markets are absolutely getting destroyed. You don't need to see my face. Let me throw this up here. How many times will you say I told you so, Mo? It's not even close. Somebody asked me last night, where do you think the market's going? I don't even think we're close. So right now, let's refresh this. I'm not saying see I told you so at all. Not right now, at least. Nasdaq sitting at, we'll call it 11,500. S&P's sitting at 3,800. Somebody said to me last night, what's your number on the S&P? 3,200? And I'm like, 3,200? I'm thinking more like 12 to 1,800. Something in that realm. 3,200 is nothing. Just let's look back at, why don't we come over here and just pull up SPY. And why don't we just let's blow up the long-term chart. I still don't know if you could say blow up on the radio. I mean YouTube. So here's SPY. So this thing S&P got to a high of, let's call it 480 to use round numbers. 480. Today it's at 380. During COVID, it got to 217. So I'm still not understanding how somebody thinks that getting to, I don't know, 320 is even viable. If this thing is still going to be a disaster like we all think it is, then that's going to be the situation. So anyways, let's get into some stuff today. Well, I want to check the market. So Nasdaq's down almost 3%. S&P's futures are down 2.3%, and the Dow's down nearly 2%. All right. Again, I'm going to say this again. If you thought that I disappeared, I didn't disappear. We have the live channel now. So any live stream that happens goes on the Everything Money Live channel. Okay? Everything Money Live. You can go and find it in the different channels of Everything Money. I'll post the link here in a little bit, or somebody else will post the link there right now in a little bit. So that's where it is. I do the show every single morning at 9 a.m., same time, same place, right before any day trading. And then here we are. So here we are. Bitcoin to $1 million. So I do find it, I reached out to a couple of hype dork friends this morning, and no one would give me a straight answer. Everyone was beating around the bush. It was really pissing me off because it was driving me crazy. So I just want to know the answer. All I want to know is the answer. Let me turn the volume up here a little bit. Okay, so all I want to know is the answer. All right. Bitcoin drops 12%, falling below 24,000, as $200 billion are wiped off of the crypto market over the weekend. And as of last week, it was over $1 trillion wiped off of crypto since its high. So if I would really like somebody to explain this to me, if this is the hedge against chaos and inflation, then why is it down more than the NASDAQ? I would like to thank those of you, and Bitcoin's right here on the disruption bell. I would like to thank those of you that told me that I am an idiot and I am out of touch and I don't get it and I follow old men that don't get it and are stupid and I don't get it and I'm an idiot. I would really like to thank you for making me feel confident in my convictions so that I am better than you in pretty much every way possible, but definitely as far as the investing world goes. Bitcoin drops 12. That had to trigger somebody. Bitcoin tumbled below 24,000 on Monday, hitting its lowest level since December 2020, as investors dumped crypto amid a broader market sell-off. Over the weekend and into Monday morning, more than $200 billion had been wiped out of the entire crypto market. The cryptocurrency market capitalization fell below $1 trillion on Monday for the first time since February of 2021, according to CoinMarketCap. Macro factors are contributing to the bearishness in crypto, even though the macro factors were supposed to be the hedge against everything. Does anybody find this funny? Macro factors are contributing to the bearishness of the crypto market, with rampant inflation, the hedge against inflation, continuing, and the U.S. Federal Reserve expected to hike interest rates to control prices. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have tended to correlate with stocks and other risk assets. While it was supposed to be the hedge against inflation, market tumult, chaos, everything, it was Christ coming down and giving a currency to the world. And apparently it's not that. But yes, it is China's fault. Crypto lender Celsius pauses withdrawals. So if crypto wasn't sketchy in the first place, here it is even more. Celsius has paused all withdrawals due to extreme market conditions. I love it. It was pausing all withdrawals, causing more pain in the fragile crypto market. Look at this. Celsius is one of the biggest players in the market. More than $8 billion lent out to clients and almost $12 billion assets under management as of May. Due to extreme market conditions, we are announcing that Celsius is pausing all withdrawals. Look at this. In October, just October, so they now manage $12 billion in assets. In just October, it was $26 billion. That's incredible. Celsius token has erased 97% of its value. You got to read the fine print because they can do this to you. So at least they're not screwing you like those other guys did. Anyways, lumber prices. So the reason I pulled this up, I don't care about lumber. If you're in that industry, you definitely care about lumber. Me, I don't care. But my point is in saying this. Remember when lumber went to an exorbitant amount of money and people said, you got to buy lumber. You got to buy lumber. It's just the best thing of all time. It's never going to go back down. Well, it's back down and it's falling hard. And it's not just lumber. I'm using lumber as the example. Anytime that you get some kind of hype like this in any commodity, remember it was lithium for a while. It was that valet thing. I don't know how it's doing, but it's the same thing every time. It's not ever different. When human emotion hypes things, it doesn't work out well, okay? It doesn't work out well. You can almost hear the sound of falling lumber prices, and they will probably go more, sending prices down more than 50%. With reduced disposable income and higher interest rates, it's very hard to see the confidence for buying homes at these prices. They're talking about this board feet thing. I still don't know what this means. You contractors and such do know what this means, but this is the only measure that I have. Hackett estimates the prices for 1,000 board feet of a random length of lumber will fall as low as $300. It was $1,500 when all of that craze was going on, guys. It was $1,500 when that craze was going on. I mean, this is just what happens. When humans hype things, it doesn't work out well in the long run. I'm telling you that right now. Okay. So there is a interesting meeting going on this week. You may have heard. The Fed is going to meet on Tuesday and Wednesday. They're in a tough place. So the inflation number, the CPI number, I shouldn't say the inflation number, the CPI number, not including food and energy, came out on Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. Was it Thursday? I don't really know. It doesn't matter. And markets have been scared, you-know-what-less since. People are worried that 0.5% basis point increases over the next 2 to 4 meetings is not enough. No kidding. You can't print $13 trillion with no plan and just say, oh, well, we'll just see what happens here. All right, here we go. Meeting Tuesday and Thursday. The Fed will raise rates in the week ahead, but what Powell says matters most. So what Powell says matters most. He is one of the worst communicating Fed chairs I've ever seen. I almost said chair Feds I've ever seen. So it's probably not going to be good. Powell is supposed to come out. It is widely expected that they're going to raise the Fed funds rate by 0.5 percentage point. Policymakers could even get more aggressive. I would not be surprised to see a 75 basis point hike, but at the same point, I would be surprised because they typically don't come out of nowhere and just surprise. You have a pretty general idea. I could see the next meeting in July, that would be 75 to 100 basis points, but I wouldn't see that coming tomorrow, that 75 basis points. I'm sorry, Wednesday. That starts tomorrow. The Fed will release new economic and interest rate forecasts at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, but it's whatever Powell says about the summer and the fall about rate hikes that could set up the turbulence for the future of the stock market. I really think that the key is what Powell talks about in the conference. And if he does give anything that sounds like firm guidance into September, he's pretty wishy-washy. I'm not going to lie. Pretty wishy-washy. Guys, let me finish this article. If he does, he would only do it if he was going to be hawkish. And if he doesn't, people will see it as dovish. The market wants some clear and convincing evidence that the Fed can pull this off without starting a recession. I don't know about that one. They also added fuel to the debate of whether the Fed will consider the 75-point basis hike and get a little bit more aggressive with the pace. Now, they are trimming back their balance sheet, so that's wonderful. So we'll see let's see if they can pull this off. I don't know. With that being said, guys, I am on this channel. I got to stop and keep saying this. I am on the live trading channel, Everything Money Live. Paul, can you post Everything Money Live chat link in the chat? That would be wonderful. Paul's going to post it for you. I'm there every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., doing the live show like this. So if you're on Everything Money right now, this is just a treat. I won't be back here again for a long time. This is just a treat to get you guys over to that channel so you can watch me every day and go from there. Hey, Mason, can you please fill me in? You said it was early about an hour ago. Mason, my crypto buddy, is over here. Stocks still do not look cheap according to Goldman Sachs. I think it's very funny. I was texting with Paul and his brother Mikey this morning, and we were talking about, we put this article out, and Mikey said, wasn't Goldman Sachs just bullish on stocks just 6 months ago? Or maybe he said a year ago. Either way, I said they were probably bullish on stocks about a week ago. I mean, it's incredible to see the flip-flop that's going on out there. It's really nuts. This channel should just be a dark screen. Suck it, Mason. A seemingly cheap stock market may not yet be cheap enough given the risks of corporate profits and red-hot inflation from rising interest rates, Goldman Sachs warns. So it's funny to see. I find it funny when you see these big banks that are just doing the flip. You typically, remember, they have clients that they have to appease. And they have clients that they have to keep upbeat and keep their money in everything and just keep going and going and going and pushing good news because they want their clients to stay with them. More so money management firms than a Goldman Sachs, like a big bank. But you understand what I'm saying. It's rare that you see banks come out and say this stuff. Despite the 18% year-to-date decline on the S&P 500, equity valuations remain far from depressed, says David Costin, who is a U.S. Equity strategist from Goldman. Valuations appear more attractive in the context of interest rates, but still do not look cheap. I just love it. I love it. This makes my heart warm. So there's a lot of talks about this. The Michigan Consumer Sentiment reading tanked another 14% in June compared to May, bringing the index to the trough hit in the middle of the 1980 recession. According to the University of Michigan, about 46% of consumers attributed their negative news on their financial situation to high levels of inflation. Yikes. The gas prices are incredible to me. I saw something really good on Instagram the other day. It was somebody posted and said we shouldn't be talking about peak levels of inflation until we control food and gas prices. That was actually a pretty good point he made. 2-year Treasury briefly tops the 10-year. So the inversion happened for the first time since April. And remember, in April, it was a very brief inversion. I think that the 2 and the 10 have reverted already. But Monday, earlier this morning, they inverted. So things are getting interesting out there. Things are getting interesting with the credit swaps and all that's going on. Meanwhile, the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment reading fell to the record low that we just talked about. So what are the yields doing? Let's take a gander over there. Where are we here? Yields, yield curve. Let's see what we got. So the 3-month is sitting at 1.37, 10 years 3.26. Where is that 2-year? 3.19. Do we have any inversion? So the 5 and the 10 have inverted again. That hasn't happened for a while, but it has happened again. The 5 and the 30 are certainly inverted. Yeah, so it's getting turbulent. Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt say the hotel prices are going up. Guys, it's getting, here we go. It's more, and they still have room to climb. We've seen the biggest summer in our 103 history. People want to get out. But they do see that they're facing the inflationary pressures everybody else is seeing, staffing pressures everybody's seeing, so their prices are going up, and they said that they still have more room for growth. Their hotel performance was up about 25% in 2022 compared to 2019. JW Marriott, Ritz-Carlton, Regis, these are Marriott brands. They saw nearly 30% increases from the first quarter of 2022 from the comparison of 2019. I think as long as we are delivering on service, which can be challenged in this labor market, we definitely see continuation in our remarkable pricing. So that's that. AKA, hang on to your bippies. All right, let's see here. Give me some stocks. We'll do them. I'm going to read through some of your comments while you guys are sending me some stocks. This naked HD person just loves coming on the show. Tinder is overpriced. Try us 18 plus. That's nice of you. Where are we? Mo is out of touch because there's inflation, so everyone is trying to save money, but Mo keeps spending. Oh, God. Congrats on your short. S&P, yeah, that's a good one. Consider that the Central Bank of England said nothing is his fault. I don't know what that means. Coinbase is down 20%. RIP Coinbase. That's sad. I really do want to send a sincere thank you to all of those out there that told me that I don't get it. I don't get crypto. I'm an idiot. I'm out of touch. I really do want to say thank you to you. Just once again, I have to reiterate this. I just want to say thank you for making me confident in my convictions and not doing said speculation. All right, QQQ rocketing up this morning. SQQQ rocketing up this morning. Of course, this is the inverse of the Qs. Really good looking swing trade coming upon you. So here's the deal what you need today. You need a good engulfing candlestick and you need good volume. I think you'll probably get good volume. You just need a good engulfing candlestick. Do not buy on something that looks like this. Do not buy on something that looks pretty wicky. So if I was you, I'd probably wait a little while. You know what? You might not get that great of volume coming into the market the Monday and Tuesday because people are going to be interested in what the Fed is going to come out and say. So you might not see it. All right, let's see what else we got. When are you shorting oil? I'm just going to follow the trends with oil. I'm going to type in XOM right here. So XOM is going to open the day well below $100 a share, 97 bucks. So here's the thing. If you want to do something with a short on oil from a swing trade perspective, this is setting up to be perfect. I would not hesitate today. Hey, Paul, remember XOM for a short. Let's take a look at that one later. Also, somebody maybe tag me and Paul in the Bid and Ask Nation, and maybe we can get a short on this thing going from a swing trade perspective because this is looking very good right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. That's true. Jack and Coke have come out with Coca-Cola. I saw that as a headline story on Yahoo Finance. So it must be a big news day out there for everyone. All right. So Tesla is going to fall to 669. Guys, all of the trends are moving in the right direction. If you break, what did I say? Is it 615? I think 615 is my number. Let me pull up some whiskers here just to give you an accurate number. It's 615. So when you break 615, you're in for it. Does Bitcoin pay a dividend? I don't know. That's a really great question, but I don't know. ICPT, this is one that people have talked about quite a bit. Holy moly. No, this isn't the one. What happened? They lose a COVID drug or something? Sheesh. This ICPT is really unbelievable. So here's the thing. The trend is great. The volume is pretty good compared to average. This is incredible. Oof, these are scary ones. I would rather you swing trade this than go long on it, but hey, you do you. It's your world. I'm just living in it. SWBI, are they still doing some movement? You're not going to get over the 100. Nope, you're not going to get over the 100-day moving average. This is going to fail. This is going to roll up here, and it's just going to fall right back down if it even makes it up to that level that I just told you. With this kind of volume, overall decline on volume, you are not getting through that 100-day moving average. I would look at swing trading this down, and you'll get a run about 1460. What's that? You can get about 60 cents a share, $1 a share, whatever it is. Is DocuSign a buy long-term? Probably not. I have no idea. I've not looked at. They make a great product, I guess, but I don't know. All right. Moen, thank you. Uh, you know what? Actually, I just thought of something. If you know the person that's in charge of Bitcoin, can you relay a message to him for me? If you want Bitcoin to be back, just pay a dividend. You will have people flush back into that nonsense thing. I just solved Bitcoin's problem just like that. See what we can do on the morning show. I literally solved the hype dorks problem for them. It's not that I'm just for good traders and value investors. I'm here to help everyone. I'm here to help everyone. You pay a dividend on Bitcoin, you will be back. I'm telling you right now. All right, Amazon. So if Amazon breaks, I think I would let Amazon break this low of this wick that happened on, what date is that? May 25th, I think. Let it get below $100. Let it go. Let it get below $100, and you'll have a nice short on Amazon. You'll have a nice run down to probably, it's really funny saying these numbers on Amazon. You'll probably have a nice run down to this 85 area. 85 area on Amazon. That's so funny saying that. All right, let's see. Short on United Airlines. I'm going to really like shorting the airlines here. So I think airlines, I think Jets, United, Delta, Spirit, all of them. So it's going to have a nice move down today. To be honest with you, if you get an engulfing candlestick today, you will be pretty Gucci over here because this is going to break through this resistance point of $39. As soon as it breaks over to $39, there you go. All right, CCL looking good. CCL is looking different. Guys, once again, if you're just tuning into the Everything Money channel, I am not going to be on this channel every day. I am on the Everything Money Live channel. Head over to Everything Money Live channel. Subscribe there. You see me every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time for everything that warms your heart. All right, Carnival Cruise, big short. Oh, big short. Good looking short from a swing trade. If you caught this swing trade, very good job. And the reason that this was a good job, this is a purple line. That's a 25-day moving average. You had a really great engulfing candlestick on Thursday. Great move down. Friday wasn't the best, not an add point, but if you were in it, perfect. And today you get a great move to $10.54. So, and not only that, look at your volume the last 2 or 3 days. Increasing selling volume. That's something that you don't get all the time. So there you go. Okay. What else do we have? QQQ value play. Listen, man, I don't know. It's going. Yeah, is it going to be a value play? Yeah, of course it is. So Alibaba. Here was the thing, guys. And guys, flagpoles always come down. This is nothing but a flagpole. Let me pull up a line chart here, and let me blow this up. I don't know if you can say blow this up on YouTube, but we're going to say it anyway. This went from $93 on June 3rd to $120 on June 8th. Do you think that this is sustainable? With a gap, what happens to flagpole patterns? They come back down every single time they're tried. Let me pull up the candle so you can see the gap. Anytime you get gaps like this, gaps will fill. It's a matter of time. But on Chinese stuff, especially BABA, when you get these gaps happen, they fill relatively quickly. It's not going to take long. So when you get gaps, this gap right here is going to fill down to 85. I promise you, I shouldn't say I promise you, but I'm pretty close to promising you that you're going to be able to buy this thing a hell of a lot cheaper than it is right now. All right, MMM. 3M. Big move down. This has been an incredible short. If you shorted this back in here and you're still in this thing, you did a phenomenal job. You get a gold star. Is gold worth anything anymore? Whatever. You get the most precious metal that I can give you, but I'm not going to actually give it to you. So if you want to, you could have added to this on Friday. You could have started a position here on Friday. Great swing trade on Friday. Everything's looking really good here. When do they report earnings? July 26th. You don't even have to worry about that. You're good. Costco short. Let's see. Costco short. Oof. So here's the deal. When Costco came down here, this was a really nice short, right? Really nice short. And then he got a little snapback. And why did you get a little snapback? Well, market rebounded a little bit and he had a little gap here. You filled the gap. But what happened when you were filling that gap? I'm telling you a story here. There's another gap right here. So what's going to happen to this gap that I just pointed to? That gap's going to fill. over this rebound from $400 to $500 in a matter of 2 weeks of trading, what changed? Did your overall trend change? No. Why? Your volume was terrible. What's going to happen? It's going to come right back down. This thing will drop below $400 a share, especially if you get an increase of selling volume over here. This is an excellent, excellent looking stock over here. I don't have anything else to say. This is the definition. What I just explained is the definition of why you should be in the Bid and Ask Nation, because you'll understand things like this and you'll be able to capitalize. Not only this, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Whatever. I'm short on this right now. I'm going to be adding to my short. I mean, there's a reason why. If you're in the Bid and Ask, you can figure it out. You'll have some inside baseball information. All right. Let's see. KHC, is this Kraft Heinz? All right. Kraft Heinz, easy short. Very easy short. Amazing trend over here. Amazing downtrend over here. Good engulfing candlestick here that rebounded. And then it snapped back a little bit. Worried? No. Why? Running into the 200-day moving average, declining volume. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's absolutely as simple as that. All right. Next. Cardinal Health. Haven't looked at Cardinal Health in a while. Cardinal Health used to be a really fun stock to trade. Wow. So these are examples of stocks that you look for in a market of turbulence. So obviously the market is down big time right now, right? And look where Cardinal Health is. It's barely down anything pre-market. This is a stock that has relative strength. It has strength relative to the rest of the market. So if this stock is struggling to fall when the market is overall down, I mean, every stock we've pulled up is having a massively red day so far. If you see a stock right here that is not massively down, what does that mean? That means when you have a green day, this is going to be a very powerful stock to move in the market. So this is why you want to look for these stocks that have relative strength. Cardinal Health, I mean, we got to see where it goes. But if this is a stock that remains green today or remains barely red, this is something that you look for from a long-term perspective going forward. All right. What else did we have? I saw a comment in here that I wanted to do. I think Mo will have margin calls soon. Yeah, I'm going to get margin called the F out of everything. It's just it's going to be rough out there. I YOLO'd everything on margin, mostly in crypto and Ethereum, but the creditors have been. Do you have creditors in Bitcoin? If Bitcoin would just pay me a dividend, I can get rid of all of my issues that I have as far as my debts go to the creditors. And margin calls. All right. Big fall on Chevron. For those of you that are, I have to say this, Tim's going to make me, I'm being sarcastic. Ruins every joke every time. All right. Chevron, oil starting to fall. Okay. Oil starting to fall. If this breaks through the 50-day moving average, you will actually have a good down move on oil. If this doesn't break through the 50-day moving average, it's not going to get through. That's the problem. It's just going to hover there. I would really like to see this thing fall through the 50-day moving average. All right, let's see. TAP Molson? People still trade this thing? Holy crap. Now I see why. How come nobody said anything about this? All right. Good looking downtrend. So here's the thing. You noticed last week where our red line here started to encroach on that yellow line right there. And then we had a couple of down days and we started to get that really good separation between the two. The separation between the wider the gap between your red and yellow lines on your way up or down from a long-term perspective, the better. The more room they have to run. So this is widening. So if you get an engulfing candlestick today, taking out Friday and the wick that was created Friday, you will have something here. You'll definitely have something here. You need to detach from the 100-day moving average. The reason that you had that wick on Friday right there is because you were still attached to the 100-day moving average. It's like holding on for dear life. So if you can do this today with a red candle, you will. Mason, why are you calling me right now? You're on the show. If you can break this thing down through the 100, you will have something there. All right, next. Shiba Inu. I don't know if I want to do that one. COF. What's COF? Wow, Capital One. Look at Capital One. So if you shorted this on Friday, great short. Stock market's now open. If you shorted this on, hey, if maybe you could short this today, guys. I don't know. Maybe you could short this today. We already did SWBIs. Give me the House of Darwinism is open. Amen to that. All right, let's look at the Shiba Inu. How do you spell it? Shiba Inu USD. Let's go to this Binance because that's the one I always do. All right, so the good news is Shiba Inu has only fallen from 0.0001 to 0.00001. So it's not that bad. But you could probably buy the dip here. So, all right, American Airlines. I'm going to do American Airlines. Guys, remember, I am not on the Everything Money channel all the time. I am on the Everything Money live channel every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time for all of this. Come over to, oh, God. All right, hold on a second. I got to, there's no way. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on. I got to pull up my text messages. I got to move this over here. Guys, you got to see this. You got to see what Mason just sent me. This is actually very funny. This is from when? This is from April 2nd, 2021. Paris Hilton was on CNBC and she said she's very excited about Bitcoin and it's not a bubble. So this is who you're taking financial advice from if you are looking at Bitcoin. So her and Jim Crater. I almost said him. Her and Jim Crater. Poor thing. All right. Thank you, Mason. Good call. All right. Let's see here. Let's look at Micron. Oh, no, we didn't do American Airlines. So American Airlines is going to fall just like, oh, I love it. American Airlines. If you get an engulfing candlestick today, you can do something to it. Let's pull up Jets real quick. This is the ETF for the S&P. Guys, hop over to the Everything Money live channel. Subscribe. You get me every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Good fall down here, 1758, looking really good. Everything's looking really good with Jets. So here's the thing, guys. With these gaps, so we're getting a lot of gaps this morning. With the gaps, just know that there's a good chance that the gap doesn't sustain itself and we get rebounds, okay? We can definitely get rebounds on these things. Remember, gaps go both directions. So, all right, let's look at Micron real quick. Micron, MU. All right, Micron, big gap down. Let's see what happens today. This is going to be a very interesting market day. Let me pull up one. I want to see the market one more time. Let's see what we're doing in live time. Be very conscious of the volume today. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a rebound. Jack and Coke unveil. This is so. If you're having trouble out there, getting through these times of turbulence, you're losing your ass on Bitcoin. You're losing your ass on Coinbase. You're losing your ass on anything else that's on this bell. Coca-Cola has solved the problem for you. They unveiled Jack and Coke canned cocktail. Say that 5 times fast. Catch you on the flippity flop.